just finished a super wild, wacky first week of college football, and so I thought it'd be fun to come on here and say my three biggest winners and three biggest losers. It's pretty simple. For the first winner, Georgia State, going into Knoxville, knocking the Tennessee Volunteers off at home. The Volunteers first lost at home since 1983. The biggest home loss, being favored by 25 plus points. But for Georgia State, pulling off a App State Michigan type of stunner just sets them up for a glorious season. On the other side of the coin, the Tennessee, you got a lot of work to do. I love Jeremy Pruitt, but I'm stunning, and that's the beauty and the curse of sports a lot of times. But let's just put it this way, you can only go up from here, so that's a good thing. My other biggest loser is Florida State, coughing up a 23-point lead in the second half, giving up 621 yards as a defense to Boise State. Although I've always been a fan of Boise State because they've just always become that underdog that comes up and sneaks up on people. So I think it's going to happen again this year. But Florida State, I knew hiring Willie Taggart was a quick triggered hire, and just because he's a Florida State alum doesn't mean he was the best guy for the job. And I think you're seeing that with all the transfers and different quarterback things, and clearly your defense couldn't stop anybody in the game. So that's a difficult one to come back from for them. But my second biggest winner are the college football legendary coaches back on the sideline. Mack Brown coaching back at North Carolina. That's just a program stabilizing win for a program that has been mired in scandal, from academics to sneakers to everything. So it's nice to see something positive other than basketball down at North Carolina. And then, of course, Les Miles being back on the sideline. I guess the grass in Kansas is good too, because he got him to win a football game down in Kansas, and normally during this time Kansas is just waiting for basketball. So that's really good to see the legendary coaches coming back. It just feels good and looks good and makes college football even better than it is. And my third biggest winner will be Bo Nix at Auburn, just coming back in the last minute drive, the QB scramble on 4th and 3, being able to do that, and that gutsy call by Gus Malzahn, where he was already in field goal range, 9 seconds. Bo Nix threw a perfect ball, so that was great to see, getting his own legacy started down at the War Eagle. But another biggest loser for me is Oregon, because they just can't get out of their own way. You got a senior quarterback. You had a 15-point lead late third quarter. Couldn't hold it. You had a chip shot field goal miss. God, I would hate to be a kicker nowadays in both football, both pro and college football, because you're so scrutinized. And then a drop touchdown pass, and you got a really big Heisman hopeful in Justin Herbert that couldn't get the job done. So, I mean, there was a lot of really good stuff in college football this week, but there was a lot of really bad stuff too. I'm glad I'm neutral in terms of the big schools. I love my Charlotte 49ers, but they're still working to become relevant in the college football ranks. They did beat their first opponent, Gardner-Webb, this Saturday, so that's a step in the right direction for the old Niners. But I'm neutral. Otherwise, I just love watching the game. So I hope you enjoyed this one.